Welcome to the Faith in the Wild podcast, where the path is rarely straight, but always sacred. I'm Nicole Moran.
And I'm Angelica McCarthy. For 20 years, we've been walking this journey of life together, stumbling, rising, and discovering God's presence in unexpected places.
Today, we're creating space for conversation and reflection, inviting you to venture into the wilderness with us, because sometimes the most profound truths are found when we step off the marked trails and trust that we're exactly where we need to be.
So take a deep breath, open your heart, and join us as we explore what it means to have faith in the wild.
Good morning, good morning.
Have we ever cheersed on coffee before in our life?
No, you're not usually drinking coffee in the morning.
We
Right.
usually cheers other drinks.
Yes.
I'll cheers you a coffee.
Yeah. Fun fact about my coffee mug. I do have a Stanley, and I'm drinking out of it because Mav chucked my other water bottle and it was leaking everywhere. So granted, yes, I do drink out of Stanley, but I'm not a Stanley person. However, the concept of a Yeti coffee mug is on point from like a motherhood, busy individual perspective, or somebody who like 12 things that they try to get done at one time, and you forget to drink your coffee. Because this stays warm for the entirety of my morning routine with the babies during the week.
Which is how long?
5:30 till 7.
Okay.
Like,
That's a decent chunk of time.
right? I prefer drinking out of one of my ceramic or normal coffee mugs. I love that. I find joy in hot coffee. I find joy in my Yeti mug.
Finding joy in hot coffee. Well, usually mine's too hot. So I got the pour in and I let it sit for a minute.
Now, how do you make your coffee?
Straight black. Just regular coffee pot. When did we have this conversation talking about really good, amazing coffee / espresso makers?
Yes.
And we tried the espresso guide one day, and I'm not a professional at that. So it was one and done, and just haven't found the time to actually start making them again. Sometimes I just like a latte or something different. But that side of the machine, I'm like, let's just drop the coffee grounds in the thing, press start, my coffee's done in 5 minutes. Thank you, that's perfect.
Thank you. Love that. When I want a latte, I want somebody else to make it for me. I like a larger volume in my cup than just a shot of espresso. I hear you on the black. I think I'm going to get there soon. I can do it. I just need better coffee. I'm still on a Keurig and I'm waiting for this thing to die.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Still alive. Blessings for that.
Thank you.
Consistency in the morning. But like the thing that you put down on the little pod keeps popping up.
No, that's the close to death right there.
I know. But it still makes it a wonderful warm cup of coffee. So we're getting there. Just had that moment of like, there's so many choices. I don't know which one I want to choose, so I'm not choosing. That's how I feel with coffee makers at the moment.
I used to never shop on Amazon. I used to always just go to Amazon for what I needed, and that was it. Yeah. Now I'm on Amazon. What did we need to buy just the other day? Oh, portable air conditioners we need for this house because we don't have air conditioning. So it's going to get hot up here compared to downstairs.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're going to need a portable air conditioner, and we're going to need it before we leave so we know when we come home, it's ready to go. We're coming home in the middle of the summer. Googling, but Google always takes you to Amazon first anyways. And so next thing you know, you go to Wayfair and look at this couch and see if it's cheaper on Wayfair versus Amazon versus going to a furniture store. It's a lot.
I feel like this is a hot topic for me every spring. Is how do you feel about those mini split units that like stick out of the top of your wall?
I think that's ultimately what we want. But the funds to pay for that, which is thousands of dollars just for one, and the labor and all that are not allocated right now. So this is our interim, and when we get to it, because there are a lot of things.
Yeah.
We're coming up on our 1-year purchase anniversary next week already.
I cannot believe that.
Isn't it crazy? It's coming by so quick. With that, it's
Buy
like
flowers or something, or
to buy a plant right now, it's going to die. We leave in like 9 days, 8 days.
tell me more.
Well, I think this is definitely a lesson that I'm learning where we are right now. It's so great to be intentionally grounded in yourself. And if you're paying attention enough, you see the actual responses and the actual movement and action to taking care of self in challenges and scenarios and situations. And I'm going to give myself a hug on that because I feel like I've literally been doing that all week. So we're getting ready to go to Oakland for a new show that Joe is going to lead on the music side. With that, though, he is continuing to learn and understand his value as a musician. And I think it goes through its stages.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, no matter how old you are. He's standing up for himself and the quality and value of music. When you start new shows, depending on who's putting up the money, there is either is no money, there's money, obviously, to put it up, but there also is like, there's always so much. When you're bringing people to the western side of the state, this is going to be more expensive because you have to house us, you have to feed us, you have to pay for our value. I'm doing all these things.
Right.
The way that the process has gone has been a little backwards, and it's okay because we've done backwards too. But in the sense of backwards, there just needs to be that communication, that transparency. A lot of things have been there, but not as clear and not as forward. So with that, there have been moments where it's like, I don't think we're going. Like, I was completely okay with it. I'm like, whatever you feel that you need to do for me to go, I'm a support system for the production. This has nothing to do with me. So have the chat, do what you need to do. I trust you. I can keep on my way here and doing other things that I'm intending to do too. Our contracts still aren't signed because the more that we read them, and this is a lesson in reading contracts all the way through and thoroughly, then we find something else that is like, wait, what? And so we're still going, but there still is that sense of not being most happy with how the contract is set up.
Tagline for everybody out there: read your contracts.
Yes. Read every last line, read every word. And if you don't understand it, say something about it.
Phone a friend.
Don't text, don't email, get on the phone.
I work a little bit in contracts and I'm learning how to write them. It's very important, even though sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Is that a normal state for you? Do you think you would feel this set of peace almost, I feel from you, with this unknown? I know historically you guys have done this before. Do you feel like this opportunity, you're handling it differently, it's the same, or how do you feel compared to a year ago or even a couple months ago?
That's a good question because that's what I have been reflecting on this whole process. We have been on the side of being the producers that need to come up with money to support the cast and the production. We know what it's like to be so busy that you're just on the fly doing different things. I feel that between the two of us, we've been able to bounce off each other in a good way so that we're tag teaming and able to, I feel like our process, just how we feel that we know how we want to treat people every day within the work that we do, we just have a different mindset. That time a couple of years ago was crazy stressful. And when you're so in it, you don't really pay attention to yourself other than we just need to get this done.
Yeah.
So we're seeing reflections of that from the people that we're working with. And the thing is that I know the experience we had in doing it, but I'm not in charge. So it takes a little bit off me, number one. Like, I'm just here to support. But I also have the experience to know this is going to be crazy, whether I support it or whether I'm the one who's in charge of it. So the thing that I am seeing and that's keeping me more at peace is knowing that it's going to be nuts and what do I need to do to take care of myself. I would have already been working on my self-care, mental, emotional well-being for all this time.
Yeah.
So I think it's all aligning at the right time. It's in being able to give grace in so many different pockets. I understand where my husband's coming from. I understand relatively where the actions and how things are being perceived from what the producer is doing and their decision. And all these other things that are circling. He's managing the band, and it's not his band, they're all local people.
Yeah.
But it's his band name. So there's a standard that has to be set with people he's never met. There's just so many factors that go into it. And I find myself being more of the observer, but I know I'm going to have to step into more of a leadership role because my role is company managing and I'm an assistant to the director. So I'm literally smack dab in the middle of this whole thing. And I feel good in it because I feel good within myself.
Yeah.
So this whole week, I've been feeling like my drop moments. How are you showing up and reacting to whatever it is? And then this is what it is. We either go or we don't. I have to check myself. I feel great in it, but I'm not one of the creatives. So it's more of just making sure that Joe's supported. I feel that I can support Joe in whatever way that looks like to help him in his emotional responses and things like that, which are his own and are necessary for his process, but also it's feeling like I'm there as much as possible.
I love what you're saying. By nature, I can speak for myself on this. I'm usually the one like type A, let me figure out how I can handle this. Sometimes I step too far into feeling like I have to lead something or feeling responsible for some of that. I've dealt a little bit with that this week and reflecting on it. And it's like, how do I step back and support who needs to be the leader? That's not disregarding myself, but how do I respond to that by helping drive the bus forward, but maybe not in the driver's seat? And so that's something that I have been working on this week, more from a leadership role within my company, but also within our family dynamics. And I hear you working your way through that. I'm really proud of you. And I needed to hear that, right? Like I needed to hear that from you this week, because sometimes I take things on that just really shouldn't. How do you find grace in that for yourself and also build up others, support others within their journey and allowing them the space that they need to react in their own process? And I think that's something that I'm still learning in my journey. It's not always my way, and reacting to it and having positive intent. Like it's not nothing negative, but how do I safeguard myself and my reactions and my emotional responses to maybe something I don't necessarily agree with, also having a higher purpose, whatever the scenario is. So I just appreciate you kind of going down this path of what you're talking about and you guys are talking about. And also, you know, it's work, and it comes back down to that, my favorite word this year. This is definitely my word. Pay attention. Was that the word you were thinking?
No, trust. And what I was saying earlier, as far as seeing myself in the practice, I've been saying the word practice all week. And things that I've read, talking about how things are practiced. I'm like, like Nicole and I have been talking about that. And then trust. That's literally all I know. I couldn't tell you anything else, nor do I want to know anything else. And so I feel so good because I know I expressed 1,000,000% in what God's doing. This time, especially all the ups and downs, and things aren't even working well at me hiring people for the pillow. Whereas in years before, it was so easy.
Right.
And I'm having so many problems of what am I going to do? What is the plan? How's it going to work out? I wanted to have it done weeks ago, and it's not even close to finish. And it's like, you know what? Let it go. Trust it. There's still time. It's going to figure itself out, and that's what it is. But it's to say that that is the only thing that I know.
Period.
I can sit here and try to think about it. And there are
Yeah.
moments where I do, and I try to write things out and it makes sense. And then I have to let it go for a second because I'm like, but is that really going to make sense? There are other pieces that need to settle in a little more first versus me executing what my thought is.
Yeah. I think I still struggle with that a lot more than I would like to. I think,
Yeah.
I do. Like, even this week, there was a scenario, and I felt like our visceral response to it leaked over into other aspects of my life. And I'm like, this is not okay. And less Zach.
Well, you clocked that. You were paying attention, right?
Yes. Yeah. And, I reacted. I had my moment, if you will, but it leaked over. And I'm like, this isn't okay either. So how do you find that balance? But I'm like, I am trying to, I don't even know if the word's control it, but like, I'm trying to do it on my own. I felt myself doing that. And, Zach prayed for us. And also we took a nice walk, which is always helpful, getting outside.
Yeah.
And I just kind of let it go. And
did he suggest the walk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he saw you.
Oh, yeah. He saw it and he handled it. And it's interesting. The crazy didn't stop the next day. It's not like the scenario went away by any means, right? No. The piece that I found the next day in any of the scenarios that came through, which like were also added on to be like, I cannot believe this continued. Like, it was like, wait, this is happening? What? Wait, sure. And then it's like added. And I'm just like, we're just going to one step at a time. There was some venting that happened productively. We're all human, but also just letting it go. There is no way in my own power that I could do that without the trust that I have in God. And I am still working on, I don't want that to be like my second step, which I feel like I'm still at that phase and I want to move that forward. And that's still where I'm at on my journey. But I think looking back onto this week, that's how I feel like I responded. I'm like, oh, I can handle it. This is my response. I'm okay or validated in reacting in the way that I am, but also like, why are you?
Why did you react that way? Yeah.
Right. And so I think.
Well, you checked in on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the work. And yes, it is a grounded thing, but it's not always there. And so the fact that you do respond the way that you do, but then you're checking into the why behind it, if it's not what you want, that's literally the work right there. That's the trust right there.
That's the practice, right? And
that's the practice.
When you were saying it's like you write things down and you have a great idea, but then you need to step away for a second. There's so much truth in that because I feel very led and I know that I'm trusting God in a lot of the decisions that I'm making professionally and personally. It's also, okay, you feel motivated. Let's do this. But taking that step back and reevaluating and maybe taking door number 2 sometimes that you don't feel is the right door. Maybe it is. I'm a little tangential on this thought, but I hear you say that and that resonated with me because sometimes I feel like I have a great answer or a great idea.
Yeah.
It might not be the best idea at the time for the scenario that I'm working in, and giving that up, whether to my team or to God to give space to create other ideas is important. And within the pressures of corporate America, you don't always feel like you have that time, but I think giving that time and protecting that time is important.
Yeah. Love it. As you've had the week and it's the weekend. What is today? How do we step forward today? How do you feel like your intention today? You did your devotional this morning. I did not. But not that you need to tell us what your devotional is, but do you have an intention that you set for the day?
Well,
She's ready. She's ready, folks. She's looking like she's ready.
He works. I literally read this and I'm like, you see me. What was that thing that we said? It's like, God, you see me. He sees me. Let me go back to this.
His face. Your face.
Dude. Mark
There.
9:24. Help me overcome my unbelief. Everything is possible for the one who believes. I will say it is going to be something that I am going to fall on my face. This is a challenge for me. This is from an athletic standpoint, going from I don't run to running a marathon is very challenging. Doing something, so you practice, you got to do this, right? Like you can do it. Our bodies are made, we can do challenging and hard things. So why not in my faith have that same kind of approach to it? I know I can do hard things within the power of God and the faith that I need, and with him beside, in front, and all around me. I know I can do hard things. This is a part of my life that I need to practice on, and I need to focus on and align, because I feel like there's other aspects of my life that I feel very aligned in, and then there's some that I don't. And so that's my journey right now.
Oh, I love that for you. I was speaking with my therapist about belief yesterday. I had that moment of reflecting back to moments, especially more career based, because it was always about being an athletic trainer, getting your athletes to latch on to the things that you needed them to do to take care of themselves. So like the accountability of things, or to take up those types of practices like warming up and things like that. And it always was based on behavior. Well, what is behavior? It's based off of your belief system. To get out of that rabbit hole, it makes me always think about how I was always interested in, like, how do we get people to buy in on things? Even in the art, how do we get people to buy in and want to see your things? And it always comes back to emotion and belief system. I can feel a difference between what my belief system was and the doubt that was stamping down on it versus what my belief system is now. If doubt wants to creep in, I'm enough. My belief system feels so rooted. The fact that you just said that right now, and I can see emotion on your face, you can release it if you want, but that's it. That is it. It's a beautiful thing to work on, because that's why I'm most at peace, because I truly believe it. Like, it's one thing to believe it here, and I've known that for forever. And I knew that was where I was getting caught up. I can see it here, I can feel it here, but I can't feel it here. And the second that I felt this knowing here in my heart, it's like, oh. Now it's a practice, remember, so it's an up and down, in and out type thing, but I'm so excited for you in that, of where that's where you want to grow.
Yeah, I think that's half of it. It's like sometimes you don't know where to start, even though it's literally right in front of your face,
backing you.
I think that's my next phase and doing some work. So, I'm excited.
Thank you for sharing that. That's so great.
It'll be a journey.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I would say for some reason it feels like it's a night and day difference. It's not. Like, there's been some work, there's been some time, but for some reason at this relative moment, it feels like it's, you know how you can be in a neighborhood and on one side of the street is the nice side, and then you cross another avenue and it just looks completely different. That's literally what it feels like.
Interesting. I think that's a great picture that you just painted. Yeah.
And you can see that in any neighborhood too. It doesn't matter where you are. How do we go from really lush green yards and trees to the most barren of not? You know, obviously that's the external perception.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. That's what it feels like. But if I think about it, it probably took years on both ends for it to be what those areas are. So that's how it's the practice. It's the intentional work where you want to go.
Where do we go next? What's next for you in part of this conversation? Maybe other people are sitting in the same spot as I am. I'm not going to say I have all the answers right now. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm still working.
I don't either.
I'm still learning.
That word's been showing up a lot too. Learning. Yep. You are reflecting back to me today.
Good.
Like, I've been seeing it, I've been hearing it, and now I'm still hearing it and seeing it.
And I always think of the athletic responses. This is what I want to do. This is my goal. Let me work backwards. But this is a space that I feel I'm not sure, being totally transparent with that. I mean, I know going to the word is definitely source of truth. So that has been on my heart, is just to open the Bible and start reading.
Which part of you is asking that question of what am I supposed to do next? Is it the analytical type A perfectionist? I know what I'm doing because I'm the leader, can do, will do side? Or is it the vulnerable, I've got no idea side? And it would be nice to have just a little bit of understanding of what to do next. Which side is speaking and asking that question?
The one that's, I think I've done the most work on B, right? So I think that's where I'm sitting at. Using my strengths that are said A, the other side, and trying to find the comfort in the uncomfortable. And I default to that, right? I default to what my strengths are in the uncomfortable side. You know, we always talk about learning. I want to learn, I want to read, I want to talk to other people. That's my way that I feel I learn the best, with uncomfortable situations or in situations that I just don't feel rooted in, if you will. It could be any topic. For this topic, from more of a vulnerable standpoint, I don't know. I'm trying to control where I feel like I need to read something, but I also feel very led over the last couple of weeks.
Yes. Yeah.
Open the book and start at square one. I don't know what that looks like because I haven't figured that out. So that's kind of the journey that I'm going down. But I do feel rooted in that. Reflecting after this week, it does seem like the best next step for me. So I think it's going to be a bit of both, right? I think it's going to be a type A perfectionism because that gives me motivation, but also maintaining the focus of being open and vulnerable. So trying to lead with that, but not ignore what motivates me to get it done.
Yeah, I love that. And thank you for answering that question, because sometimes it is the side that knows what to do that is trying to control and say, go do this. Whereas actually what you're doing is probably just enough. You're seeing God, you're speaking with him in the morning, and that's it. Remind yourself to see him throughout those hard times or throughout the good times, and thank him in those moments and all of that stuff. That's doing the work right there. That's all you need to do. And if you're being led, which you said you are, that's the stuff you got to pay attention to. And you said you're being open. That's the stuff that you do.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're doing it.
Yeah. Where it doesn't feel like a task. Like it doesn't feel like that heaviness to come with it.
Correct.
True. That's true. Yeah.
I've got a lot of to-dos and I'm in flow right now. That's the only thing I can focus on. Where are you guiding me to put my focus and energy?
I like that.
So that's literally in all the things. And there are some things that are a little bit more important that need that intention, the perfectionism to it, all the skills and strengths of who we are and what we do. But also in the same breath, it's like, where are you leading me today? And it starts with the morning devotional. And there are times where I don't have time. I don't take time to wake up earlier like you did. I didn't do that. So where do I put that devotional time in? Or if I can't get it in, then how am I speaking to him throughout the day? Because that's just as important to me as taking the concentrated time to read the book and to reflect on the word and all that stuff. So you're already doing it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. I like that prayer, just that simplistic of where are you guiding me to focus right now? Throughout this week, I've opened my hands a little bit more in the morning. It's just like, I'm going to give this to you.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're full on giving the space to it and keep being open and all the things that you just said, you're right there in it.
I think that's good reflecting. It's like not losing fact that you're already in it, right?
Yeah. It doesn't need to look any different unless you want to add more intentionality or space or whatever that looks like. It's all a part of the process, you know? Yeah.
I just love that we've been friends for a very long time. It's just so fun being able to be like, oh yeah, this is on my mind. This is on my heart right now. It's so fun to give space to this. And I think sometimes
Yes.
the busyness can take that out of
Yep.
that connection and that community. And it's just such a gift. And so I appreciate you is what I'm trying to say.
I appreciate you. And
Yeah.
I'm glad we fit this in on a Saturday morning because we're going to rock this day now. I'm going to rock it anyway, but now I'm really going to rock it.
Well, it sounds like we have lots of practice ahead of us.
Yes.
Bring that on and lots of learning. I'm excited to see what happens with those in the next few days. This was good. This was a nice morning session. Yeah, you're doing great.
As we bring today's journey to a close, we invite you to carry these reflections into your own wilderness moments this week.
Remember that growth rarely happens in comfortable spaces. It's in the questions, the uncertainty, and yes, even the doubts, where we often discover the essence of ourselves and our faith.
We're so grateful to have you walking alongside us on this path. Until next time, may you trust the journey, embrace the wilderness, and find God in the wild spaces. This has been Faith in the Wild podcast. I'm Angelica McCarthy.
And I'm Nicole Moran. Thank you for listening.
High five.
High five. Love your life.